I just really want to focus here on attraction, what young ladies and what young men are attracted to. If, as I said, young men and young ladies are not taught what extremely poisonous snakes look like and where and how they behave, you'll have young people picking up and trying to pet extremely poisonous snakes. Luckily, most young people will run from these extremely poisonous animals. But in the dating game, they are attracted to lust the eye, lust the flesh. They really pick the person they're going to court like you'd pick a prostitute, which is very unfortunate. Beauty and charm. So this obviously leads to terrible long-term results, and justifiably. Why should you have great relationships if you pick someone like a prostitute?
What's up, guys? So it is New Year's Eve, and I'm giving out free hugs. All right, so we're starting out just like this, and then the shirt is going to come off, and we're going to see which is more successful. Let's get started. Bro, I like that. I'm thinking it's dark. At least the fist bump. Why is no one giving me a hug, man? Why is no one giving me a hug? Next. Hey, we got the same hat going on. All right. Hey! So many hugs. This is amazing. It's actually for my YouTube.
He's taking a picture of us.
Attraction. People are falling in love or liking the wrong kinds of things.
I don't see anything wrong with sleeping with girls that I have no long-term interest in. I'm more selective about whom I have dinner with than whom I have sex with.
On a good week, I'm probably having 10, 15 dates. I've slept with 132 women.
A lot of my game centers around not wasting financial resources. I don't even take girls out. I meet them on the street and I invite them back to my place. If I'm attracted to the girl and the end game is to be physical, I'm here with the Casanova cam. See how it works. I'm hoping to capture some street game today. My main goal today is to meet a dozen upwards women, get their phone numbers. Well, being a good player is just got to get into the vibe. I'm almost 6'1". I've got like a swimmer's build. I'm happy with my looks and my physique. I'm healthy. I always keep a little bit of scruff. I'm never clean shaven. Women respond a lot to facial hair, I found. They like to touch it and it's manly. They know that there's a big sexual component to our medium. I need to say I'm intense. It scares them off or turns them on. My eyes are like beams. Like if I see a girl, she sees that eye connection, she knows it's on. It's like, and then it's just like lock on, like a missile. I love your style. I wanted to come and say hi because it's very unique. The first girl, I made eye contact, I got her number quickly and moved on. We have a drink sometime? You'll bring the accent, I'll bring the cocktails? Sure. I love your hat and your smile.
You.
Do you live in the city?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. How about a drink sometime?
Yes.
Boom. I'm
Nice
Paul.
to meet you.
Big hug. The big key there is to enter with confidence, keep it light and playful, get the contact information, and then get out of the situation. And I effectively did that. My mojo is pretty good. I got 3 or 4 numbers in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. 2 girls texted me, so we have plans for the night. Not bad. So it looks like it's on.
So look at these 2 quotes. Yes, sex is a gift from God, but it was meant to be the wedding gift. And this really revolves around the quote on the right. You are not your own, for you were bought with a price, so glorify God in your body. You were bought with a price. You need to glorify God with your body. You cannot be doing sexual things in relationships with so-called boyfriends. Look at these 2 quotes here. Real men invest in long-term love, not short-term lust. And then the bottom one, real men lead women to Christ, not to their bedrooms. It's so unfortunate that Hollywood has taught so many young people that if a guy loves you, if a guy thinks you special and beautiful, he starts kissing you and does various sexual things with you. This is so unfortunate. If a guy hates you and wants to plunder your purity, he will start doing that to you. Very few girls take the pedophile test. The pedophile test is a pedophile is in court with an underage girl, say. She's, say, 14. The judge asks the girl, well, what did he do to you? She says, he took me on dates, he took me on walks, he bought me flowers, he took me out, he made me feel special. The judge will say, get on with it, get on with it. What did he do to you physically? The judge is not interested in dates and flowers and walks and relationships and whatever. He is interested if the pedophile did anything sexually to the girl. Why don't girls or guys do this? Any guy that is masquerading as loving you but doing sexual stuff to you does not love you. He hates you. He is leading you in the ways of the devil.
Okay.
All right.
So your theory is get in, get the numbers, and get out.
It's not a theory, it works.
Yeah. So that you've got a spreadsheet?
I do.
Okay. And so how many women are you?
132.
Okay. Do you like women?
I do, yeah.
This was a quote you gave in an interview that I read. You said, she may look fit, sexy, and sophisticated, but after she's naked with mascara running down her face and she's trying to stuff her thighs into a pair of too small jeans at 2 a.m., you realize she's just another person trying to get by.
I wrote that, yes.
Yeah.
So, and what exactly is offensive about that? I'm in that statement, I'm basically saying men and women are equal. We're all just trying to get by in this world, and don't, as a man who's trying to learn a little game, don't put a woman on a pedestal and think she's untouchable. Everyone has their own foibles, everyone has their own hang-ups, and I think a lot of men's insecurity is that they elevate the woman so much that they have fear of approach. Being available at a drop of a hat is one element of being a good playboy.
Protecting each other's sexual integrity is the highest form of respect you can show each other. And then on the right, true manhood does not seek to compromise a woman's purity. True manhood stands up to heroically protect it. This is so important. Often through Hollywood or movies, girls think the guy that likes them, loves them, thinks they're the most beautiful, starts kissing and doing sexual things to them. In a so-called long-term relationship, there's only one kind of relationship. That is called marriage.
Paul wrote a manual, and he says if you follow his simple rules, you will definitely get lucky. Now, he has a definite technique here. Have you been working her during the break? Because I noticed you're big on eye contact, leaning in, touching.
Right.
And I noticed you did all of those things.
I think those are effective strategies, yeah.
Two insightful quotes here. A godly man must be faithful to his wife even though he doesn't have one yet. If you're doing sexual stuff to your boyfriend or girlfriend currently, you may not marry them. In fact, one of the biggest jokes amongst players is just tell the girl you're going to marry them and they'll allow you to do anything to them sexually. You must not be doing anything sexually to anyone unless you've got a ring on your finger. And if you believe you're going to marry the person one day and on that, you are doing things sexually, you have made one of the biggest mistakes that many, many people have made in the past. And look, a godly woman will be faithful to her husband even though she doesn't have one yet either. You have to remember that you are courting potentially someone else's wife or husband. Because, I don't know, what is the average? You have to get to know quite a lot of people of the opposite sex before you can feel confident that this person is the person you can walk the road of life with.
And most importantly, to know that when you first fall in love, the brain chemicals and hormones that get produced are the same hormones if you were taking cocaine. So it literally is like a drug high.
Everything you want, let me talk to you.
Is that falling in love is not enough for a sustainable marriage. What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish I had known that, Jim. Yeah. And the reason the experience of falling in love is not an adequate foundation for marriage is it's temporary. We've studied it. It has a 2-year lifespan. That's the average. Some a little more, some a little less, but average 2 years you're in this euphoric state where you just feel like this is the most wonderful person in the world. There's nothing wrong with them. They're absolutely perfect.
Once again, attraction, attraction, attraction. I think people are falling in love with the wrong stuff. Beauty and charm. Look on the quote on the left. If you're wondering what a godly man looks like, he's the one. reading the Word of God, praying without ceasing, and living a life for Jesus no matter the cost. And then on the right, if you don't marry a man like this, how do you fulfill the quote on the right? Marry a man that will encourage his children to worship Jesus. What is going to happen to your children if you're just attracted to attractive, charming guys? These are two fascinating quotes. Ladies, a man will love you great only when he loves God greater. If a man does not love God or is a Christian, there was a sermon by John MacArthur, I think, everyone who is not a Christian is in the power of the devil. The devil is controlling them. So this is fascinating. If you don't marry a Christian, what kind of husband are you going to get? And then right on the right there, read this quote in your own time.